Alrighty, hey, what's going on, boys? It's 2. So, pretty late Wales log for Genshin. It's like, what, I'm recording this on the night of the 9th, which is a Easter Sunday, I believe, so it should go up tomorrow on Monday, so yeah, 10 days late. Uh, Normally even my latest ones wouldn't be this late, but yeah, apologies for the late Wales log video. But the good thing about this is that since we're so close to or I'm recording this so close to the release of 3.6 or patch 3.6, I get to more accurately give my plans for what I plan to do with my account for the rest of the month, because 3.6 is literally tomorrow or the day after, depending on my or your perspective when this video goes up. Anyways, let's get started. I believe the only new character, have we had Dehya last month? No, I don't think so, right? Technically Dehya is new. Probably should have checked when exactly we got Dehya, because 3 weeks ago, if it's been 6 weeks, there's a chance that I don't quite remember, but there might be a chance that I already covered Dehya in last month's Wales log, considering that she came out 6 weeks ago at this point. So yeah, and 6 weeks ago we would have still been in what, like February or something like that. So I'm assuming I already covered Dehya in the last Wales log, which would mean the only new character we've had since then was Mika, because Mika's the 4-star. So yeah, let's go over Mika then, because he's the only new character we've gotten since. So yeah, Mika, if you guys don't know him, either because you didn't bother rolling for him or you haven't bothered building him because you guys care more about rolling for Shenhe and Ayaka. Mika, 4-star cryo character. People thought he was supposed to be a physical damage buffer, but as it turns out, he can't really, like, people were planning to run him with like Eula, but then turns out that he doesn't really actually support Eula because his buffs run out before, his buffs don't last long enough for Eula to actually take full advantage of them, while she's doing her rotations and her to build up her ult damage and whatnot. So yeah, people are kind of disappointed in him. I'm not, though, because I still think that a 4-star character, not even a 5-star, a 4-star character in Genshin Impact, giving you an attack speed buff on a skill that you can activate literally whenever you want as long as the skill is off cooldown, I still think that's very valuable. Other people don't seem to agree with me, and the community as a whole doesn't seem to agree with me on that either. So I guess that's kind of a shame, I suppose. But yeah, not only does he have that, and his attack speed buff scales with his level, by the way. Obviously, most people aren't going to go out of the way to crown him just for the 25% attack speed buff. But if you get it to level 9, it should be like, what, 24% or something like that? Or it's maybe a little less than that, actually. Around a 20% attack speed buff increase. Yeah, that's really redundant. So yeah, that's like, no way that's not powerful, especially in games like Genshin, where you're talking about attack speed buffs in like an open world or like an RPG real time combat sort of genre of a game. So yeah, no way that's not strong, and he can heal. So I don't know, man. His kit seems pretty complete, even if we were to take out his whole physical buffing attributes. And I mean, if you really want him to support physical damage, then you need to get him to C6 anyway. Kind of like how you need to get Sarah and other characters to C6 if you want their juicy elemental crit damage. In Sarah's case, it's for electro damage characters specifically. So yeah. Another good thing about Mika that it just in my personal opinion is that unless you care about the physical damage buff, which in most cases you probably won't, because why would you run physical unless you main Eula? And even then, right? I've already mentioned that Mika's buffs don't even physically last long enough to fully support Eula, so there's not really much of a point running those two together. Funnily enough, or sadly enough, whatever your perspective is on that, you're not going to care about C6. Right, for Mika. And not only that, but like, I've looked through all of his constellations, and really I don't really think that any of his constellations are all that all that important. Like maybe a C1 just for more convenient healing, but it's not needed, considering that his AoE heal when on his initial activation, when you press Q with them, should be good enough in most cases. It doesn't heal, obviously it doesn't heal that much, but ideally you shouldn't be getting hit too many times anyway, if you play optimally. So I still think Nika is pretty decent here. Even though I said that, I'm sure there are teams that people will be able to figure out with him. For now, I'm just friendship farming with him at the moment. So that's where he'll stay for the time being. That and his talents are at 666. What does he need again? Mushin and Mirrors of Mushin. He'll be at 666 for a while. Because now I am beginning to prepare to get started on Dehia's talent levels here, because I plan to make her my next Triple Crown target after I'm done with Raiden. So there she is. Anyways, Mika, our only new character, so that's him. All right, so let's try going over any servants whose kits I've changed substantially. So in the past month, if you guys know another Genshin content creator, streamer / YouTuber by the name of Mr. Slice, Xilce, yeah, I actually did an account review over on his stream. Well, he did an account review for me over on his stream, and he's supposed to make a video out of it and put it on his YouTube channel at some point. He didn't tell me exactly when. I did tell him that he could put it up whenever he wanted to, so I'm assuming that he's got a backlog. He's got his own video schedule that he's already planned out for, the next couple of weeks, at least ever since we did the account review. But hopefully, eventually, he puts that video up so that you guys can go watch it. And, yeah, in that stream, actually, he, when he was looking at my Dehya, he actually changed... he actually gave my Dehya a 4-piece emblem, I want to say. But I decided to give her my Dehya a 2-piece Crimson Witch back. Because honestly, I didn't have the heart to like try to correct him on his own stream. Because, that might make me look like an asshole. Especially because I know Mr. Slice, even before Genshin even came out. Like, we go way back to like FGO, basically. Because Mr. Slice used to play FGO, he used to play Azure, he used to play Arknights, he used to play a handful of other gachas before he finally settled on Genshin when Genshin started blowing up. So yeah, I didn't want to ruffle any feathers there. But yeah, after the account review stream, I just gave my Dehya her 2 Crimson pieces back. Because like she's C6. Like I think I've already explained this before, but when Dehya is C4, the fact that her ult recharges her ult refunds her every time she punches helps out with her energy gain quite a bit, right? And yeah, like honestly, I feel like she's doing she has just as good energy recharge even without 4-piece emblem, and she still does more damage with the 2-piece Crimson Witch specifically. So yeah. Ideally, I would run her with like maybe 2-piece Crimson, 2-piece, 2-piece, some sort of attack set. But I do like the extra energy that 2-piece emblem gives, because at the moment, yeah, my Dehya has 130 at 136, and I think that's a good spot to be in. So yeah, without having to rely on ER substats. Now, this is the big thing with my Dehya. 3.6 will release, as you guys probably know by now, 2 new artifact sets: the Hydro set, the Nymph's Dream, I think is its name, and then the HP set. I forgot the name of that though. But it's an HP set that the 4-piece basically buffs Dehya's damage the more damage she takes. The initial reports out of the Smart Boys or the TC community of Genshin seem to suggest that the HP set isn't really worth it on Dehya. And in fact, it's actually more worth it on somebody like Nilo, which is funny, but it makes sense because Nilo is probably out there taking a lot of bloom damage from her bloom reactions. So it is what it is. However, I've also been told that for C6 Dehya specifically, it might be worth it. So I'm going into 3.6 on the copium, or the hopium more accurately, that the HP set is actually worth it on Dehya, on C6 Dehya, even if it's only by a little bit. Any marginal improvement, I'll take it, I guess. If it technically makes my Dehya as strong as theoretically possible, then I'll do what it takes. But yeah, I'll have to see for myself how well that artifact set works out for C6 Dehya specifically. If it doesn't, then I'll just go back to, either a 2-piece Crimson, or maybe I'll hyper optimize her artifact set so she can run like 2-piece Crimson and 2-piece, like, I don't know, some sort of attacks, or maybe even some sort of HP set like Tenacity or something, or the new HP set, the new HP set that we're gonna get with 3.6. But yeah, that's the plans with Dehya. In fact, I'm on so much hopium that as soon as 3.6 comes out later this week, I'm going to straight up rush to wherever the new artifact domain is located, and I'm going to drop at least 50 of my fragile resin on that domain to try to see if I can get a decent 4-piece HP set going for her right away, and see how well she performs with whatever she has right now. So yeah. Make sure to stop by the channel on, like, I think Tuesday night, Pacific Standard, if you guys want to watch me degen grind that new domain. Cause I can afford to just straight up rush over to the new artifact domain, because our first 2 banners, which is Nilo and Nahida, I don't really care on rolling. I already have C6 Nilo, and I'm perfectly happy with C2 Nahida. I'm kind of tempted to roll for like C6 Nahida, just because I think it's hilarious to be able to run Nahida in a proper Dendro DPS setting, but gotta save money, So C2 Nahida is good enough for the time being, for the foreseeable future. But yeah, those are my plans with Dehya. Degen grind the new HP set, see if it's worth it on her, and get my Dehya's talents up to max, triple crown, you know what it is. But yeah, let's see. Since the new region should unlock the rest of our radish tree, the place where we can go to exchange our dendro sigils for more rewards, there should be one more crown available in the at the radish, so I can use that to crown or triple crown, or finish the triple crowns on my Raiden, and I can devote whatever crowns we get after that to my Dehya. So looking forward to it. Let's see, Xiangling, I have her here. I don't think I've changed anything much with her artifact set. I've been grinding Emblem Domain wherever I can, just to see if I can somehow get more pieces, but that domain freaking hates me, though then again it hates everybody. And so yeah, getting good emblem pieces has been really, really hard, to no one's surprise. I get, consistently good, or at least potentially good, Shimenawa pieces, but yeah, emblem is a different story. Still working on it though. Okay, so my Yelan. Previously, you guys will know that I was running Yelan with an HP cup instead. But following my account review with Mr. Slice, when he looked at my Yelan, I caused Mr. Slice physical, almost physical, but definitely emotional damage when he realized that my Yelan was on triple HP artifacts rather than crit rate. And after talking with other people, I've learned that an HP hat is, technically speaking, diminishing returns on her. So I actually haven't tested my Yelan yet, ever since I swapped her artifacts around. But I did have a hydro damage bonus cup lying around. Somehow. I guess I got pretty lucky with this. But yeah, it's been lying around for months now. Just kind of, just sitting around in my account. So I decided to give her this because it's in set. And, what is it? I already have a couple of potential HP timepieces. And I had this really good crit rate circlet. It's the best one I think I have. I could try, since this is an off piece, I could try looking around to see if I can level other crit rate circlets I have, spare ones, and see how well they roll to crit damage, if they ever will. A lot of my pieces right now are kind of trashed though, as you can see. So hopefully I can get some more crit rate off pieces that can roll, that roll crit damage subsets or whatever. So yeah, but for now, this is the stat line that she's now working with: 80% crit rate with 238 crit damage. Her energy recharge, I think went down. No, I think it technically went up a little bit, about like 5%, because I believe her triple HP setup gave her like around 22% ER. So I guess technically it's a little better. But yeah, this is what it's looking like. So yeah, again, I haven't actually tested my Yelan, and I'm gonna have to see how much better or worse she performs with this particular setup, and I'll make my judgment call from there once I actually put her through like Abyss a second time or something. So yeah, that's my Yelan. Mona, no changes. Let's see, let's go down the list. Blah blah blah. Okay, my Shenhe. I have definitely made a change to my Shenhe. So you guys will remember that my Shenhe's flower was the only set or the only piece that really needed a revision, because it was 11% crit rate. I think I still have that flower, or did I get rid of it? I must have gotten rid of it. Yeah. Must have fed it to something else. But anyways, the previous flower that my Shenhe had only 2 useful subsets, but it rolled everything into those 2 subsets. So I think it ended up with like 11% crit rate and then like 12%, 12+% energy recharge, something like that, maybe 16%. Yeah, because my Shenhe used to have 144 energy recharge, but now she's down to only 140. But 40% is still really, really good, at least in my opinion. So yeah, I rolled this flower for her, and again it rolled perfectly for her a second time. 16% crit rate, attack percent substat, HP useless, but it's there, and 12% ER to make up for the ER that I would be losing. And so yeah, like I was like, well, this is a no-brainer, I'm gonna throw this on there, and sure enough I did. And so now her stat line looks like this: 75%, 75, 148, 145, or 76, 145. Technically 146. So, and still with 140 ER. Like, this is, I think my Shenhe is her build is gonna be is as good as it's ever gonna get now. Like, basically a perfect feather, basically a perfect flower, like an excellent circlet, probably even perfect, dare I say. I mean, technically not with flat defense, but come on, I'm not complaining about this. Double crit, attack percent, cup. I mean, technically this could be better, but like good freaking luck. I guess I'll see if I can try to find another attack percent gladiator piece, but again, I'm not expecting much. And yeah, like basically a perfect timepiece as well. So yeah, I think with now the one exception of her cup, which is going to be very hard to improve at this point. Like, my Shenhe's artifact set is like perfect on her. Like, I do not need to change it at all from now on. So that's a good feeling. Ganyu, let's see. Have I made any changes to my Ganyu? I don't think so. Pretty sure she's been working with whatever I gave her from before. Yeah. Technically, I'm still looking for a better timepiece for her here. Yeah, could be looking for a better one. It's just that I've been using the artifact strong box to try to get more electro pieces. So I haven't been using them for spare Blizzard Strayer timepieces. Naturally, maybe one day I'll go back to Blizzard Strayer and maybe try to pick up a better attack percent timepiece for her. Let's see, feather, basically as good as it's gonna get. Flower, basically as good as it's gonna get. So yeah, still her timepiece is still her most flawed artifact, but even still, it's still okay. Still 20% crit damage. I mean, technically, I could probably get it to like 300. Get it to 300% if I get a timepiece that rolls at least 30% crit rate. But good luck with that, right? But anyways, yeah, doesn't seem like my Ganyu had any changes so far. Anyway, And then my Ayaka, I don't think I've changed it. Her stats look a little different. Let me see here. Oh yeah, that's right. I managed to give her a better cryo damage bonus cup because for some reason, MiHoYo loves giving me, or Genshin loves giving me cryo damage bonus cups, good ones too. Like I'm convinced that all of us, like every Genshin player, has like the one like cup stat. Cup main stat that like somehow really loves them, and for me it's cryo damage. Like I consistently get like double crit cryo cups for some reason. It's like, geez, give me some pyro or some electro ones at least. So yeah, my curse is cryo damage, and yeah, this one rolled very well into crit damage. Got one roll into flat attack, which sucks, but I mean, still double crit and still with a little bit of attack percent, so I'm not gonna complain. And then, yeah, I don't think her timepiece is different. Then again, her timepiece could be better technically, but I still kind of like this one just because it has ER. I guess the EM rolls are a little bit wasted because like why my Ayaka is on 4-piece blizz, so obviously she's best run with freeze. I don't know how much EM would benefit a standard freeze Ayaka, so maybe I suppose that's kind of a wasted roll along with flat defense. So maybe if this EM roll went to like crit damage instead, that would have been nice for 20% crit damage or something. But yeah, that's the timepiece. I don't think that was changed. I'm pretty sure the feather was changed. I don't remember this feather. No. This feather was always be. No. Yeah, I take that back. The feather's always been here because I recognize the 21% defense. Well, that's pretty awkward. But yeah, I will try to get that changed. Actually, let me compare this. She would lose a little bit of ER and crit damage, but she would gain a lot more attack percent. I wonder if this is actually worth it, because I'm pretty sure this used to be my Ganyu's old feather. So it's like, would the extra attack percent be worth the sacrifices in ER and crit damage, I wonder. I think it would be, just because there's only like a 3% crit damage difference, whereas I'm getting a an almost 6-7% increase in attack percent. Actually, I'm not sure how well that would calculate, but yeah, I'll leave it as is. Well, I would like to get a better feather here anyway, just in general. And then flower, pretty sure flower is the same. Kind of wonder if I can give her a better one. Let's see how much better this is. Oh no, this flower is crit rate, and I don't really want that. So yeah, gonna leave that alone. And then circlet's the same, obviously. So yeah, definitely the big change with my Ayaka is that she got a much better cryo damage bonus cup. And so yeah, that's why her stat line looks a little more like this now. 271 crit damage, 25 crit rate, 35% in ER. So yeah, pretty cool. Miko, I made some significant changes to my Miko, I'm pretty sure. So previously, if I recall correctly, my Miko only had barely 60% crit rate. I forget exactly how high her crit damage was, maybe like 230 or something. But I decided to swap her artifacts around a little bit, and now she's working with 68.5% crit rate instead, and 223 crit damage. I think it's a little less crit damage than she was working with before, and still about 16% energy recharge. So yeah, this is her cup. Not sure if it was the same one that she was still using from last time. Her timepiece still the same, still the same shitty timepiece, unfortunately. I'm thinking of maybe giving her this. So her artifact her stat line would look something like this: 61, 239. And she would have 20% ER. I mean, technically speaking, I'm already kind of used to this, because I'm used to running my Mika with only about 60% crit rate anyway. But for now, I think I'll keep her on her old one, and I'll switch her over to this one in case I feel like I can get a better alternative piece somewhere else. This is her feather. I think this is an improvement over the feather she had previously. I think she had this feather before. But now she has this. Actually, not that one. This one. Technically, this feather is even better than her older one, right? Because similar ER. Well, I mean, the number of times it rolled to ER is the same, but it did lose almost 2%. Yeah, 2% ER. But obviously, that's not a big deal, especially not for C6 Miko. But the attack percent roll that went into this artifact went to crit damage instead. So this one only gives her almost 30% crit damage. So I would love to use this piece. Unfortunately, I need to still get the crit rate from somewhere. So yeah, still have that to worry about. That and her flower. Her flower is still old. I've tried to replace it, but no dice so far. Like I could maybe replace it with this, but I think the extra EM here is more worth than the slight crit stat alternations here. So that's why she's still on her old flower. I'm still trying to see if I can get a better electro flower for her, just so that way her crit stats would look a lot better. But yeah. Still working on that. Let's see. And then her circlet, still her old one. Ideally, I would love to get her an attack percent circlet, because I want to do the same trick with the same thing that I did with my Yelan, where because Miko is also another what I call a privileged character, where her ascension stat is crit rate. I would like to give her an attack percent circlet, attack percent circlet with double crit and really good crit stats, so that way she can still hit at least 60% crit rate, even with even with an attack percent circlet, just to boost her damage output even further or even higher. But that's gonna be really tough. It's gonna take me a while to get to, so I'll let you know how that progress goes. Raiden, I've been working on my Raiden ever since I started degen farming the emblem domain. So this is what her stat line looks like now. I don't know if this is technically the same as it was when I showed them last month or in my last Wales log, but she currently has 78.5 crit rate, 148 crit damage, and 264 ER. Let's see what her major changes are. I think the cup is, I don't know if the cup is new compared to last month, but she definitely didn't have this cup forever. But yeah, this is the cup that she's working with right now. Kind of sucks that the final one went to fucking flat defense, so that's kind of painful. This is her ER timepiece, double crit with attack percent, lots and lots of crit damage, and with her setup here, her stat lines there. It's a good thing that this ER piece rolled like basically 4 times into crit damage, 3 or 4 times. So happy about that. Her feather's still the same, really strong feather. And then flower. Pretty sure the flower is new, because I don't recognize this one always being on my Raiden. But yeah, double crit, useless roll into flat defense, so that sucks obviously. But EM. So yeah, if this flat defense had gone into like another crit damage, for example, it would have been freaking perfect. Imagine a 12.8% crit rate flower with a 20% crit damage roll too to go with it. But yeah, and then her circlet is still her old one. Yeah, haven't been able to get a better one naturally. So yep, right, and I've already told you guys about my plan to triple crown my Raiden, so the radish crown will be reserved for her. Kecking, I don't think I've changed this one. Maybe? I'll go over Kecking's build just in case I didn't already go over last time. I think I have, but gonna go over real quick. The electro damage bonus cup with double crit, timepiece double crit, feather double crit with some energy recharge, strong flower with lots of crit damage, and then crit rate with tons of crit damage there. So yeah. And then I don't mind my Kecking having only 53% crit rate, because her ult gives her extra crit rate, 15% extra crit rate I believe, after she uses it for a short period of time. So that's nice. Don't need to worry as much about crit rate at that point. Though to be fair, I kind of want her crit rate to go up to at least 55%. So that way, after she ults, she gets what, 70% crit rate. But obviously, it's not that big of a deal. All right. Who else? Oh yes, and I believe Yoimiya is the last character that I've managed to significantly improve. So before, I'm pretty sure my Yoimiya was working with about 70% crit rate and a little over 200% crit damage, maybe 210. But I have been able to get, obviously, from all the degenerate emblem farming that I've done for the past couple of weeks now, even like past like month and a half or so, I have been able to get to no one's surprise probably better Shimenawa pieces. And so let's take a look at what she's gotten, or what she has better now, or what pieces are better. I'm pretty sure she didn't have this pyro damage bonus cup from before, but yeah, this one managed to roll 28% crit rate and attack percent, a little bit of attack percent there too. Too bad it rolled once into flat defense, so that's kind of useless. But yeah, would have loved it if this rolled like at least 35% crit damage. Her timepiece is still the same one. Still haven't been able to find a replacement attack percent timepiece that would replace this. So yeah, still looking for one at the moment. Her feather, I believe, is also the same. It's been surprising. I've gotten like lots of potential feathers with double crit, but I have yet to find one that can like truly replace this one, just because the crit damage stats she gets out of it is so good. I did roll a couple of potentially good feathers, but that for other characters, just not ones that my Yoimiya wants to use, or just ones that I don't think my Yoimiya would really want. For example, well, this one's old. I don't know who really would use this one, though. To be fair, it's all relevant substats. This one, again, all relevant substats. I'm keeping this one only because it rolled really high into crit rate, and it's got a little bit of a elemental mastery. I'm just kind of confused as to who would really want this, so I'm just keeping it around just in case somebody actually could put it to use. This one is, I rolled this one trying to replace my feather, and I just rolled the rest of it just for the hell of it. This is, I believe, my first artifact that I've ever rolled to get 17 plus, over 17% crit rate. So just because of that, I'm keeping it. In fact, I'll lock it just because, that's the single highest crit rate value that I've ever seen any of my artifacts roll. And as you can see, it could have technically been a 20% crit rate artifact if it didn't roll once into HP. So that's kind of a shame. But yeah, saving those Shimenawa feathers in case anybody else needs them. And I believe this was not the flower she used before. I forget. Yeah, because this one was a flower she used before, I'm pretty sure. But I was able to roll a 16% crit rate flower, and that way, and it still has double crit. So because of that, I was able to replace something else, I think. Was it her circlet? No, her circlet's still the same. I was able to replace... Actually, maybe I only changed it to this. Maybe that's why my Yoimiya's crit rate is so damn high. Because I could maybe replace it with something else, and technically the issue would still be okay. Like maybe I could replace it with this this flower instead with double crit. Because if I were to do that, then what would her stat line look like? Yeah, 72, 235. I mean, I could run this as well. I could run this very easily as well too. To be honest with you. Yeah, I could easily run that. But yeah, previously I had her working with this one instead. But yeah, now that I think about it, maybe this one's slightly better just because it gives her a little bit more elemental mastery. Not sure if that would make up for the lost crit rate, the 10% lost crit rate. But yeah. Technically, I can look for that in her timepiece, make up for her lost crit rate in her timepiece. But yeah, 72, 235 is still bonkers. So yeah, I'm perfectly happy with that. And since she's on Shimenawa, obviously her ER doesn't really matter anymore. So no big deal. All right. I'm kind of tempted to go look for better pieces for my Hu Tao, because obviously, as you can see here, her stat line isn't the greatest. I mean, she's still running 62, 33 crit damage, and then 30% ER. But yeah, gonna decide if I want to improve my my Hutao's pieces later or not. And other than that, let's see. Other than that, I've been trying to get my Beto or improve my Beto stats. Technically speaking, I think my Beto, I could use my Beto for Abyss because her, exit out of the character screen. Technically my Beto is Abyss ready just because she has a complete 4-piece set, 4-piece emblem set, and her stats are good enough. I would like her to have 60% crit rate, but you know, technically speaking, this is still okay as is, and 162 energy recharge. I haven't actually been able to use her in Abyss yet. I'm hoping that I will, just to see how, just to get an idea of how she performs with this sort of stat line. But yeah, I would still like to improve her artifacts even still, because her. This used to be my Raiden's old electro damage bonus cup, and now my Beto has it. This is her timepiece. This is an off-piece timepiece that actually rolled pretty well. I forget who else was using it, but I'm pretty sure it was used by someone else before I was able to replace it with something else. I forget exactly who, but yeah. Her feather could use some work. I mean, technically they're all, you know, obviously relevant substats, but you know, I would like double crit. Preferably. This one rolled a lot into EM for whatever reason. Her flower could also technically be better. I mean, it did roll into only crit damage and ER, which are the more relevant stats for, Beto. But yeah, preferably double crit, especially considering the fact that my Beto's crit rate is only at what, 57%. So any crit rate roll, even if it were a min roll, would get her over 60%. So that would be nice. And then her circlet. Her circlet I actually took from Ito, I think, because I noticed that my Ito had an emblem crit rate circlet, and so I was like, oh, I'll just take this off of my Ito and give it to my Beto instead, because she really needs a better. She really needed a better inset crit rate circlet, so that way her timepiece can be her off piece, and so it is. So yeah. But yeah, definitely could get some better artifacts for Beto, so I'll update you guys as they come along. But other than that, let's see. I think I actually made a minor change to my Xingqiu as well. I think I just replaced like one of his artifacts or something. Let's see which one it was. Let's see, Hydro damage bonus. Maybe this is a Hydro damage bonus cup. Yeah, because I don't remember his Hydro damage bonus cup being all that good. Because yeah, crit rate circle, a little bit of crit rate there. Let's see, I think his circlet is the same. I think his flower is the same, technically. Let's see, same with his feather, probably. Yeah. So yeah, I'm assuming that I changed that. I swapped out his Hydro damage bonus cup, because this actually used to be my Tartaglia's old Hydro damage bonus cup. Yeah. So there you go. Oh, and speaking of Tartaglia, I'm going into... My Tartaglia is not very well built right now. As you can see here, he only has 73 crit rate, 189 crit damage, and only 121 at ER. I'm thinking that Nymph's Dream, the new Hydro, the Hydro set with 3.6, is actually decent with Tartaglia. So when I go degen grind for Decade pieces... in the new artifact set for specifically the HP pieces, obviously, I'm going to see if Tartaglia can work with the 2-piece, the new Hydro set, basically. So that way I can actually give him a much better. I can optimize his set after neglecting him for so goddamn long. That and my chat's been telling me about the international team with Tartaglia in it as well, so part of me is kind of curious to see how well that team plays out. So being able to build Tartaglia for that is going to be pretty fun, and hopefully it works out. But yeah, I think that's about it for the characters. I don't remember if I've really improved anyone else here. That should cover everybody for now. Let's see, is there anything else that I want to cover? Oh yeah, that's right, weapons. I did go ahead and build one copy of every Sumeru craftable, all the 4-star Sumeru weapons. And so yeah, I've been able to level those up, and I finally, because Mr. Slice shamed me on his account review on his stream publicly, I finally got the catch, or at least the first copy of it, and I've been going fishing on stream to pick up the refinement items as well, in order to get it to R5. So yeah. Slowly working on getting the catch to R5. Slowly working on getting it to level 90 as well, along with the these two Sumeru weapons that I still gotta you know get to level 90 as well. Let's see, but yeah, I've gotten the sapwood blade to 90. I got the forest regalia to 90. I think this was already 90 though. I know for sure that the sapwood blade I got to 90 within the past month. So there's that. But yeah, that should be all of it. Should be anyway. So yeah, that would mean that for now I only have 3 more weapons to max level. Actually no, technically 4, because I think the Sumeru fishing person, whoever they are, also has their own weapon there. So technically 4. So yeah, 4 more 4-star weapons to max level, and I will have a complete weapon inventory, or a complete weapon index with every weapon in the game. So yeah, let's see, Viridescent, making sure I don't have any refinement copies for that. Okay. So yeah, I'm still working on R5 Viridescent Hunt. After I'm done getting R5 Viridescent Hunt, I will work on a second R5 what is it, Serpent Spine, because I think Serpent Spine is I think the best BP weapon, followed by Black Sword probably. I don't know how good Viridescent Hunt is, and I don't know how good the other ones are. I guess Solar Pearl is nice just because it's a crit rate main stat. Actually, all the BP weapons are crit rate main stats, so they're all pretty nice, and just because of their main stats. But like, I don't know how good Solar Pearl is. I don't know how good the other one is, the 5th one. I forget which one the 5th one is, or was. Oh, I think it was Deathmatch. Yeah, I guess Deathmatch is okay, but yeah, gonna work on an R5. Gonna work on R5 Viridescent, and then work on R5 a second R5 Serpent Spine next. Because I'm actually very curious to know if my Beto can use that. It should work with Beto. I'm pretty sure I've read somewhere that R5 Serpent Spine is really, really good with Beto. Then again, who is it not good on? So, anyways, that's the weapons set. Just going down the line here just to see if I'm missing anything, which I don't think I am. So, yeah, that should cover everything for the account review for this month. Thanks for watching, and yeah. Check me out over on my stream later this week when I go degen grind for the new artifact pieces for the sake of C6 Dehya. And we'll see you guys there. So, peace.